A lot of talk about more layoffs coming. I mean, what's going on?
You know, we've been trained to believe that when jobs are up, that equals that the market's going to go up, or when jobs go down, the market's going to go down. You know, that's been true maybe in like an industrial economy, but that's not true in an AI-driven economy, which is where we are today, for sure. Your opening was perfect. You know, AI doesn't need healthcare. It doesn't take vacation. It doesn't call in sick. So when companies like UPS face margin pressure, they don't ask how to hire more people. They ask how to move the same volume with fewer humans. Obviously, Wall Street loves that. And so this isn't about AI being evil. This is just about a reset that we're recognizing in our economy. You know, so like over a decade now, we've had cheap money keeping inefficient companies alive. Think of zombie companies out there, 0% rates. They hid the bad decisions. But now we're in an era where higher rates are forcing discipline, which AI makes that discipline a lot more scalable. So I think the key here is that layoffs aren't cyclical. They're actually more structural right now. And so especially for the white collar jobs, you know, not so much the blue collar jobs that folks that are on this show watching, but you know, these roles aren't going to be coming back in the same way that people are going to expect. So maybe the real question should be, you know, how do people position themselves right now for reality? And so this is where we have to like harden our balance sheets. We've got to, you know, stop building our financial plan around income stability. And, you know, as jobs are more fragile, assets matter a lot more. Hard assets like gold and silver and Bitcoin, things that we've discussed here lots of times. You know, they don't care about a quarterly layoff report. They exist outside of that corporate payroll cycle.
I like the word structural, like you said, structural unemployment rising. It's not cyclical. This is a big change here to stay. And I do see a world where you know, 4 or 5% comfortable unemployment was kind of thought of as the comfortable spot. I see a world where that number maybe goes up to 7, 8, 9%. But in that world, that means you probably have to tax another group of entities or people, because, you know, we do spend a lot of money here in the United States. So I see something on the horizon, something I'm going to call a robot tax. Are corporate taxes going to go up because of this?
I mean, I think that they have to. The challenge is ultimately, how do you tax AI when you could have somebody working in India? You could have people in different places. And so we've got some real questions to ultimately answer. But just to your point in taxes, I mean, hey, here's the thing. Like for those that are nearing or entering retirement, or those who could be losing a job, what you keep at the end of the day is the most important thing. And so the big, beautiful bill, or Tax Cuts and Jobs Act 2.0, gives us, you know, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, maybe no tax on Social Security. And so, you know, these are important factors that people need to be dynamically looking at as they're looking at, you know, how do I make ends meet in a time where taxes are likely to go up? I mean, almost 40 trillion right now on that debt clock.
About 45 seconds, David. But I do want to hit on our Cal phone earlier. We had someone say that you need to learn how to a skill or a job that's not going to be replaced by AI. But I also think that you should learn how to use AI side by side, you know, by you at your current job, because if you learn how to use it, you can become more productive. What do you think there?
I mean, absolutely. I mean, this is not the time to just like get comfortable in what we've known. This is the moment where, you know, learning new tips and tricks and ways of being more efficient and effective, really important. I just, you know, also don't think, you know, don't depend on one employer, one sector, one narrative way of doing it. We've got to have bigger ideas as it relates to, you know, where we're going here in the future. And so manual labor is still going to be around. And so people that are producing things are ultimately going to have more job security. I think the drill baby drill economy is also an important one. So for those that are less AI, you know, driven, I'd say, you know, focus on some of those areas.
David, great stuff today. Thanks for your time.